Okay, so are we calling the meeting to order then now? Or wait, yep, okay. All right, call the meeting to order. Meeting of the Arts Commission, April 19th at 6 p.m. I'd like to do the roll call.
Chair French.
Here.
Vice Chair Gonzalez is absent. Commissioner Cyril Williams is absent at this time. Commissioner Sell is absent at this time. Commissioner Deckman?
Here, present.
Commissioner Glory Cancro is absent at this time. Commissioner Munson Merritt is absent at this time. Commissioner Caitlin Wolford is absent at this time. Commissioner Turner?
Here.
Thank you. City Staff Recreation and Special Events Coordinator David Wells. Arts Commission Clerk Debbie McDonald here.
Okay, thank you. Are there any corrections to the minutes?
Just except for the date on.
Okay.
I make a motion to approve the minutes with the date correction.
Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Any correspondence, David?
None.
There are no citizens present, so we have no citizen comments. So we will move on to continuing business, holding continuing business. So Melissa, would you like to share an update on where you're at with Beautify Bonney Lake?
Yes, so we are going to do the garbage can painting in September. And at the last meeting, David and I discussed meeting in June to have him purchase some supplies for us for that. Paint and some brushes and maybe I don't know if we have leftover tarps, but just in case we need to protect any ground. But we were considering doing the painting across from or near the garden, the community garden. So unless that has changed, that's our plan going forward.
One thing we may want to look into is actually going out to the new Public Works Center site because they do have covered areas. And then we know we could do that project rain or shine.
Yeah. Oh, we did discuss maybe using this green garage across the way if it rained. Would that still be possible? No. Oh.
I think that would be more the priority would be to go out there, but we can look at the garage as an alternative. I do know that there's a ton of stuff stored in there right now that, yes, the middle's open so we can park a truck in there, but there's a lot of hand tools in there and a whole lot of hand sanitizer that we got a pallet of about a year ago and some other similar stuff.
So would a bus be able to drive us out to that from the transit station?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's totally doable as long as we have transportation for the students and whoever else wants to help with it.
Right.
Yeah. Do you mind looking into that? And
Nope.
then when we meet, or when you and I at least meet in June to get supplies, we can nail that down. Because I know you said that July you get busy, so, and you have a trip or something.
Just concert start.
Okay. Yeah.
And now we are also down a recreation person in the recreation department. So
Oh.
the department of 4 is down to 2.
Oh my gosh. Are you guys hiring or are you just going without?
We're going to try to hire somebody, but Rich has resigned and he's taking a job up at Taps Island.
Oh, wow.
A lot going on.
Excuse me. Thank you. Vice Chair Gonzalez is not present this evening, but I have been in touch with him. And the plan, as of our last conversation, was to go ahead and move forward with submitting a call to artists to Mountain View Middle School and Bonney Lake High School in lieu of publishing something to the broader public at this time. We can save that for later and at least get the one box underway. He was going to present a new flyer with that emphasis at the meeting. Maybe he can email it, and we can continue with that. So that's the update on that. And Glory is also absent this evening, but I did help her with the last installation I think we have completed the installation that's expected on the side of the street of the KinderCare and installed the new sign. And I'm glad it's not any smaller because it's good. And I think there's plans to continue with installing the remainder of the ducts on the opposite side of the street. And then I know that you have a few that you want to.
Yeah, my art club is finishing up. We haven't sealed them yet, but there are just a couple that are finishing up their designs. And then I had like a handful left. So I was going to have my AP class, once their portfolio is done, beginning of May, just do like maybe group projects to finish those like 5 ducts up. And then they should all be ready, and knock on wood, by June. So would that be an okay time to install? Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Awesome.
Okay, so Tunes at Taps, I have kind of taken that one on, being that it's one of our the most public-facing event that we do all year. I think it's pretty important to push it forward. I have spoken with a group of people at Open Life Church who are on board with serving as community volunteers. Cool. And so I've edited I sent out a sign up Genius. Jennifer, you should have received that if you want to check your email and see if there are any dates there that you're available to sign up as the commissioner present. I would like to create, what I would like to do with that is create a mural, maybe on some marine grade plywood or some other substrate that is weatherproof, and find a location in the city where we can install it at the end of the summer, and maybe use that as an opportunity to bring the public out to view a community art piece, and then sort of have a reception, kind of reconceptualize the idea of the open house. And anyway, I would like to move in that direction if everybody else is good with that. I know we talked about paper murals, I think, and I don't know if you've had an opportunity to find a location that might be suitable. If not, the alternative would be maybe to just display it here, pick one of the big empty walls and display it here, even if it's just temporary. I think it would be great if it was in a public space outside. And I could see, taking sheets of plywood, picking a size, and then using multiple pieces and kind of building it in as sort of a mosaic if we need that much. No, somebody's got to do the mural art, but otherwise, I think
I do know a number of years ago we had an artist come into Bonney Lake Days and do a mural on a sheet of marine grade plywood, and it turned out it actually did not last long because it was on the marine grade.
Yeah, it wasn't on marine grade plywood. It was just regular plywood.
Oh, okay.
And then after that, because it was installed at the Allen York Park,
Yep.
it just was in the weather and it just degraded like in 6 months or something and just molded. But that's why moving forward, we have to expect marine grade plywood, because that's like used on boats and stuff and can be out in the weather. And I created murals, if anyone's been to Panther Cubs at Bonney Lake High School, that are attached to the fence. They were all done in marine grade plywood. We gessoed and sealed them with just primer, and then used latex paint on them. And then we sealed them again with Rust-Oleum, and they're still good. And it's been 5 or 6 years.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're out in they're not even like under overhangs. They're just out in the weather. Yeah. So as long as they're like truly marine grade plywood, it should work. But it's more expensive. Like, you know how expensive plywood is right now? And then marine grade plywood's really expensive. But we have the budget.
Possibly,
we should use their money.
Possibly even like a tile backer with a layer of of plaster or something could work too.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll have to play with the idea a little bit more, but yeah, something long lasting would be nice. So we just need approval of a location, and then I can go and measure the location. Maybe it's a lot bigger than what we need, but would like to fill the space if we can.
Yeah, you can get like those full sheets. I think the closest location when I researched it years ago was Puyallup Home Depot that could get it for us, but I think Auburn too. The two locations up here, both Lowe's and Bonney Lake Home Depot, don't carry the marine grade plywood, but they can have it shipped there. And then it can be cut down because you buy in like those huge sheets, and I had them cut just to fit like the back of my car, into like 6 foot by 4 feet or something like that. So you could have multiple panels. Oh, nice. Yeah.
Should be able to handle it, hopefully.
So if that's the case, we could always, maybe when David and I get together to buy supplies for Beautify Bonney Lake, maybe we should buy some paint for the Tunes at Taps too, because you want to use like high quality latex, like exterior paint.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, we could get like just double the painting supplies or something. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
$137 a sheet at Puyallup.
Yeah, I think it was
What's
like,
the size of the sheet?
4x8.
I think it was like 87 when I bought it, and that was like 6 years ago. Yeah, so that makes sense. It's gone up a lot.
Maybe we can get that donated.
It'd be cool.
Always ask.
Or discount.
Yeah. So that's that. That's my update on that. I don't know about the actual art itself. I do think it would be less intimidating for the public if it's already drawn and it's just kind of color, fill in, paint in the lines. So
You've seen that piece that's out here, right? Because that's what we did with that piece. And we had
Yeah.
just a line design. And I don't know who did the line design or if
Isn't
we
that
had an
Brian Meyer?
artist. It might have been, yeah. And then it was all filled in. If it's still hung over there. Do you remember that piece that was hung there for a long time?
any what?
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. That's true too. Yeah. The thing with hanging it in the park is I would just want to make sure it's in a location where it's not easy to just clip and steal, So,
Yeah, those stainless steel cable ties are not easy to clip.
oh
You
yeah,
have to have a special tool to
yeah,
cut them, or yeah,
yeah.
pretty tricky.
It's like that dragon that got stolen out in Buckley. You heard, or Enumclaw, yeah. And it was like attached. So it'd just be good, like wherever we do have it, it's like a location that isn't easy to just walk up in the night and grab it or something.
Well, I know they're planning on re-siding the snack shack this year. So maybe on the end where the last piece was that didn't quite last as long as expected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and we could use one-way screws too.
And the cool thing is it would be there for everyone to see at the park for all those events when it's being made there. That would be really awesome. And it could actually be screwed in. Yeah.
So that's on the end. Is the backside of the building available?
I don't know why not, but I could
Maybe
ask.
bigger. Okay.
We could do multiple if we have time. Yeah. I love that idea.
I mean, the nice thing about doing that building that way is you could actually have each piece of plywood be its own piece, not one big mural
Yeah.
everybody's working on.
Yeah.
And then that way, once one piece finishes at a concert, you've got a second piece ready to start painting.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not we didn't get all 3 pieces to go together finished this year, so now we're storing it for another year.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are there values, like city values, that are published anywhere?
What's our core?
We soar or something like that. Yeah. Yeah.
We have a core values.
dig around and see if I can find it.
We all failed that test.
Yeah, we should know them. If they're really core values, we should know them.
6.
6 of them.
Professionalism, service, accountability, respect, integrity, and teamwork.
Good. Okay, if there's no other question. The art at the library, I have suspended this temporarily because I'm exploring another idea, and I'm not sure how many ideas I can take on at one time. Still community engagement oriented, still involving the arts, just not at the library. And so I'm going to table that one for now. And there's also some other things I'm hearing in the community about some activity going on at the library. And so that's kind of exciting that they're going to start picking up some of their, I think have they talked to Bonney Lake High School about displaying art in there?
Yeah, so
Okay.
they have a new manager, and when they painted over that mural, all of last month we had artwork that won awards at the district art show on display there. So we were like the first installation.
Nice.
And then just like about a week ago, they put in a new installation from Derringer. And so they're trying to rotate around the schools to get, and I just told her like every year after the district art show, I'd be happy just to like put the award winners on display. So because they'll already be matted and just ready to go. And so she's interested in that. So I think that will probably be like March of every year, Bonney Lake High School. And then the other schools will fill in the other months.
Yeah, that's what I was hearing. So.
Yeah, I'm excited about participating in that ongoing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the alternate idea can fall under new business, but so under new business, do we have the capacity by the presence of our commissioners to discuss the open house and the gingerbread house contest? I don't recall who was slated to lead that project.
Can I ask a quick question? Are we still doing the pollution prevention, water conservation calendar
Yes.
thing this year? Okay, because I haven't received anything about it. And I usually do by now, but it's also possible they just didn't contact me this year. But it's usually in April, like every year. So I'm not sure. Sorry, that was just a little side note.
Mm-hmm.
What's open?
I think the open house is something that is that happened here at the Justice Center, and I think Carrie Mays was the one who spearheaded that. And I actually spoke with her a couple of weeks ago to see if I could get her interested in being part of our Friends group, the Friends of the Arts Commission, and she seemed favorable to the idea and would be the one I would pull in if we decided to do the open house, because it sounded like she did a really great job with it.
We still have vacancies too, if she wants to come back.
Yes, I know. I don't think she's interested in coming back, but she would definitely help us out with different projects. So, Jennifer, had you any interest in the gingerbread house contest and need anything to start thinking about that?
I think I was gonna do the gingerbread house contest with somebody. I don't remember who.
I think it was Melissa Munson Merritt.
Yeah.
And so I'm not sure what we're doing.
Okay. Yeah, it's a bit early to talking about it, but if you need any help making the connection or need information to even just start thinking about what that looks like for this year, reach out and we'll figure out how to make those connections happen.
Okay.
The rotating gallery space, Melissa, are you still looking to install? Not right. Well, we talked about like over the summer, I think, or
Yeah.
what was
So we discussed, maybe this is before I committed to doing the Bonney Lake Library one. And so I did that show. And so I'm not really looking to put my kids' work on again, like just after just taking that show down. But that doesn't mean that I can't open it up to my students. Just that a lot of them, it's hard in the summer because a lot of them graduate and then there's like my top artists and then they're going off somewhere, and to try and get them to commit to a show that they might be like gone during, it might be hard. But I can definitely talk to them about it if any of them would want to put on some of their like AP portfolio work into that space, they could. It's harder in the summer to get them to commit to stuff. Yeah, like even Caitlin, I think June, or I think this might have been her last meeting because she's done in June, right? Yeah. Or are we meeting in June?
Probably.
Okay, so we might be meeting in June, so that might be her last meeting. And usually we get them like a certificate, like thanks for serving. These are your dates you served. At least we had in the past, but it's been like 2 years, so.
We can continue that, or we can start a new process, whichever you ladies would prefer to do.
Something for them to like remember their service by would be nice, whatever it is. Yeah.
Definitely.
So maybe we should make a note about a June send off or something.
Maybe
and
we
then
can
that's when we
create-
need to vote for a student to replace her.
Maybe
Oh,
we can create a service award similar to the Medal of Arts Award to present to the youth commissioners when they retire.
yeah, I guess to go with that, is there a separate application or just the regular one that's on the website for the next student?
It's the same one.
And is it uploaded right now?
So I looked at through my phone, and I know the mobile sites don't always have all of the links showing, but I couldn't find a link to the application when I looked this afternoon. I also noticed that there's a bit of outdated information, so we need to do a little bit of a refresh on the content for the Arts Commission page.
Be nice to advertise that the student position is open and set a deadline, like by the end of May or something like that, so that we could vote on it in June.
What does advertising that look like? Talking to the Bonney Lake High School art teachers.
Right. I do a lot of the advertising, but like throwing it on Facebook or just putting it on the site that we're looking for, just to make sure it's an open call and it doesn't look like it's just me handpicking students. Even though I do encourage kids, I open it, I tell all of my classes. And then if I have certain students I know would be really good at it, I strongly encourage them. But we want a kiddo who's going to be really engaged and hopefully do the summer volunteering, because I think that's a big part of
What is the low age limit on that?
I think they just have to be in high school. So they could be, and then we can repeat a second year. I think that's what we had agreed on, that they could serve 2 years. But I think most of them have been juniors and then stayed their senior year. I think that's just how it's been. I don't know if that's any requirement, but.
I don't remember seeing an age requirement.
Yeah. Right.
She was like just standing up there, like, no.
Yeah.
Rachel, the right guy.
Right. It's kind of nicer when they're juniors and seniors because then they're driving. Yeah. Usually. Yeah. Right. I think Caitlin just started driving this year. Yeah. Yep.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do know some young people who are homeschooled who are pretty talented photographers, but they might be a little young if they have to be in high school.
Yeah, I think the only requirement is if they're high schooler.
They might be in the fall, 9th graders.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. And even if they are 9th graders are interested and they don't get picked this time, they could reapply, when they're older too, and still have a good shot at it. So yeah, I think just making sure that application is there, and then if it is there, is it okay if I start encouraging students to apply? It's open, technically.
Yes,
open? Okay.
we will make sure that I'm not seeing it right now either. And it could just be because I'm not in the right spot, but we'll make sure to get it up by the end of the week, and then that way people can apply.
Perfect. I'll send out information to our students at our school at least. And I think we even were saying it's open technically to White River students too. Anyone on the plateau, right? Or was that not? Because we used to have a White River rep when we first started a long time ago.
That's just what I was thinking. It's like I would have to go back and read the bylaws because I unfortunately don't remember for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I think we want students in our city, but
I think that you can be in the 98391 zip code though, and go to White River High
that
School.
might be why. Yeah, because we had 2 students to start with the very first year we ran it. And we had one from each high school, and probably the boy, he probably was technically in our city, but went to White River.
Okay. Yeah, and I may have, on the way over here just this evening, I thought of somebody that might be a good adult applicant too. So she will.
I was just encouraging someone to.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So the Medal of Arts Award, I am not the best person to talk about the Medal of Arts Award. My spot with the commission started January, I think, of 2020. And then 2020 shut down. And so I think I received the award myself, and then I think that was it. So maybe you can speak more about it, but I would like to.
So usually it's in the winter every year. We usually have the applications in the fall or late fall. I feel like the deadline was always around December.
Yes,
and
it was like it was the start of the next
yes,
month.
yeah,
October,
yeah,
we can do it during October too.
definitely, yeah.
I think I was thinking if we can just always be kind of thinking about somebody that could be nominated, and it can't be a commissioner, right?
I have no idea.
Right, commissioner.
It's a good question.
I mean, because
don't know.
I think Caitlin would be a great person to nominate for that. Or,
Yes,
Yeah.
Susie. I would actually love for Susie to get it because not only was she our first chair and helped start the Arts Commission, but she still volunteers with things here and there with us. And she started the Bonney Lake Street Art Project, which was really cool for kids to participate in. And was an art docent in the schools for forever. Like she's just done so much. So that would be great to honor her if
yeah.
we're looking for
So
someone.
what does that process look like? Is there a nomination form that? Okay. Okay.
Usually it's like within a certain timeline, but since we didn't do it, I think it could be anything. Oh, that's a good point too, is that we could even give it out at Bonney Lake Days. That would be a cool time to give the award when there's all of those people there and pull them up on stage and tell the community about this person. Instead of it being like kind of just a small group here, we could actually award it in public in the community, which would be really neat.
So do we want to encourage multiple nominations that we can look at, or?
We always do,
Yeah.
but usually we only get a couple.
Yeah. Okay. So I was thinking if maybe we could have a brief, at least mention of it when we meet, so that it's always
love
on our
that.
minds.
We should talk about it in
Yeah.
June.
To be thinking about it. So let's talk about it again. That's a really good idea. Yeah.
So we should probably have it decided by the end of June. No idea. Yeah.
Well, if it's just the Medal of Arts winner, that's just the little sticky part that goes on this one, but you'd probably want to make up a similar award to actually give the person, which my guess is if we had the design all done, just waiting to put in a name, we could easily get it done in a week, as long as all the prep work is done. Where we're just like, for instance, if we got it at Sandy Signs, we could say Josephina Underwater Basket Weaver is the recipient, and then they could just go and then send it off to print.
So do we have to make public announcement that we're accepting nominations? Because we could do that right away and then have it closed by the end of May so we can vote in June. Yeah. Yeah. What is the application situation right now? Is it not seamless? People have to like hand drop it off or something. So would Chuck make that for us, or is there a tech department here that could fix our? Okay. Mhm. Okay. The format, yeah.
That's the same thing with the commission application.
Okay.
Commission's seamless now.
Do we need to fix that application? Okay, so we need the Arts Commissioner application in the middle of Arts Award application fixed. And so do we want those to be both voted on in June so that we can move forward with both of those processes?
I think that's a good idea. Do we want to redesign it? We have a design, right? I'm going to stick with
I think it just needs to change the format, it sounds like.
the metal.
Oh. I think it looks fine.
I don't know if there's a design of an old one. I can look in the Arts Commission folder here and see if there's anything.
We had like a company we went through, just order the same thing.
Yeah, it was acrylic. It was a cutout of I think the mural that's out in the bathrooms out of Allen York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you not like it?
Well,
I can't remember what it looks like.
I think it's fine. I think the art that's at the top of the hill here better reflects the city. But yeah, I mean, we should probably talk about that with more commissioners present if we can.
Yeah, so at June we can talk about the design too.
So I do have
Yeah.
mock-up of the old one.
Yep.
So if you want to go with the same one, it wouldn't be that hard to send this off to a company to say, hey, this is what we need.
I'm fine with that. It was our first mural, like big mural we did as an arts commission, but we can always change it too. I'm open to whatever you guys want to do.
Is there a
Keep
way?
it simple.
Yeah. Can we distribute it to the commissioners and at least solicit a response? Just an image of it?
When we send that
Yep.
off, maybe
It's
we
in
could
the Arts Commission folder.
maybe we could attach the application to encourage people to nominate someone.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like the last nomination form was created in 2019. So it shouldn't be that difficult to change a couple of dates. And actually, maybe even one of the things is we just take the date off,
Yeah.
and then it's the exact same application. And if somebody does go online, they see it, they can turn it in at any time. It's like, oh, well, I've already missed the date for this one.
I love that idea. It's just a rolling application.
Right.
Perfect. Yep. That's great. Perfect.
Yes, under Medal of Arts.
Yeah, I like it. Okay. So Anything else? Yeah. Can I get a motion?
I'll motion to excuse the absent arts commissioners. Did I do that right?
Can I get a second?
I'll second. To excuse them.
Okay. Motion is passed. Actually, do we need to vote on that, or is that it?
I think so. Yeah, officially you do with
Let's do that.
Okay. Huh? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
We are having Bonney Lake Days this year. It has been through a little bit of a roller coaster the last few weeks of happening, not happening, happening. So right now it's happening. I wanted to see if the arts commissioners were interested in judging a chalk art contest the Saturday of Bonney Lake Days. No pressure. If the commissioners want to do it, I can pull out the chalk boards and we can advertise it. And if there's too much on people's plates for that day in August, I will not be upset or anything if we do not do a chalk art contest. So
Which Saturday is that?
August 26th, I believe, is the Saturday.
I'm otherwise engaged.
I'll be gone.
What was that?
I'll be out of town.
I've gotten one.
Oh, aren't you going on some cool trip, or did you just get back from a cool trip?
I went to Tahiti, but I'm going to Mexico, and then I'm going to Vegas, and then I'm going to St. Lucia.
Nice.
Oh.
Okay, so the current vibe is we will not do a chalk art contest at Bonney Lake Days. I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Okay. And for the good of the order, that's just a fancy way of saying, are there any announcements? Am I right?
Oh, I have one. So I don't know if the city cares about this, but Caitlin is getting a state award at the state OSPI competition, which is like our biggest state competition for art. And it's put on by the governor and Chris, why am I blanking on his name? Our OSPI superintendent of education, Reichtel? Yes. So it's a big deal. And we don't know which award yet. All we know is she's getting one. And she'll be getting it in May at the Benaroya Hall. Like, it's a big deal. So not sure if it would be something that the mayor would want to invite her to a meeting. So, like, they've done that in the past when kids have won, like, a big award. Like, when we won the state representative award, they've called that student in to, like, just honor them. So this might be something, I guess I'm just throwing out there, that our mayor might want to do something at a city council meeting about. Since Caitlin's not here, like, we can talk about it. But I'm not sure if that's something you want to ask about or what. But I can forward the information to you
Yes,
about
please.
the award, and it'll be live streamed, and people can go to it. You just have to let them know ahead of time for an invitation.
Okay. Do you know the date off the top of your head?
Yeah, let me pull it up. Actually, I just want to double check to my email. I don't tell you the wrong one. I believe it's the 30th of May, but let me just check. It's a Tuesday. Yep. Yeah, let me look really quick.
That's really cool.
And it's the 50th annual Superintendent's High School Art Show, so it's a big deal too. And it is on May 30th from 1 to 3 at the Benaroya Hall in Seattle.
Okay.
I'm going to forward this on to you, so
Thank you.
you have it. And that's when they will announce what she's received, but she will be receiving one. Yeah, it's super exciting. Last time we won was 2 years ago with Iris Rogal, who's our ASB president, but they were doing virtual at that time because of COVID. So it's really exciting. This is like the first in-person one in a long time too. Okay, I'll forward this to you right now. Do you want me to forward it to you too? Do you want to just check it out?
I did send off an email to Drew Fonda to find out if they were for sure doing the stormwater calendars.
Thank you.
So I will let you know when I find out.
Okay. Thank you. It's possible that it just didn't get sent to me, and things like that happen, you know, or like a different art teacher in my building or something, maybe. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Well, I have the alternative program that's in my head, why I'm tabling the art at the library for now is a group of women that I know are starting a program out that's going to meet out at the Prairie Ridge Community Service Center in the fall. And it's just once a week opportunity for parents, not necessarily just moms, but parents who are home with preschool age children. And the program is really about just bringing people together for support and encouragement. And it's hard to be a parent of young children. So, but the program is going to be like structured around STEAM, so that each week is a different emphasis, with one of those weeks every 5 weeks being art. And so that would be a great opportunity. I would love to connect art educator to that in some way. No, it's a preschool thing and it's during the school day, so I'm not sure how that works for people who are teaching. But I think, yeah, if we have any arts commissioners who would be interested in coming out and working with little tiny kids and teach them art, that would be.
Whoever our student representative is, if they are in National Honor Society, they have to get 15 hours of community service, 15 or 20. And I know a lot of them like to do it in the summer. So not only should we ask the National Honor Society, but whoever our main student rep is, I think we can definitely try and choose someone who's like, I'm willing to volunteer a lot, because I think that that is like why we have that student rep, is to just be out there, and they have the time and energy and want to be involved in the community, you know? So it'd be really cool to get them involved.
Yeah. Was Caitlin the student rep this year?
Yes. So although things kind of fell apart last summer with the Tunes at Taps, the year before she volunteered like almost everyone, and all of the students before that, Skyway Galucci, they all like were a big part of the art at the park. Yeah.
Well, she was the one who mobilized the group to come out to the Christmas
Yes.
party. So yeah.
Yes. And she was our president of NHS too this year. So they usually, whoever we get usually is involved in like all of those things. So it's a really good resource. Yeah.
So our next meeting, if we are meeting every other month, would be June 21st. Do we have any compelling reason to meet in May? No? Okay. So June 21st. Is that a bad, I'm just realizing that that's like right around the end of school. Oh, we should be done with school by then, or done with all the school events and things, right?
I would think so.
Yeah.
So yeah, the third Wednesday. And that's what date was that again?
21st.
21st. Yeah, I think that we're in school till 22nd. So I'm guessing most people will still be around, don't you think? Yeah.
It will be a short week because of the Juneteenth holiday, though.
Oh, yeah.
But I wouldn't cancel a meeting yet because of that.
Yeah. Okay. Jennifer, did you want to add anything before we adjourn?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Okay, may I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I make the motion to adjourn the meeting at 6:45.
Second.
Okay, do we have to vote on that? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, the meeting is adjourned.
Bye.
Bye.
Miss Debbie, I just saved the
You, some information about her art too. This is
Medal of Arts winner
We'll write
with
up about
no date at the end, because apparently there's another one that was saved, just blank one.